Think about a totally innocent, pure person coming and paying the price, taking the rap, taking the blame, if you will. You know, growing up in a house of siblings, somebody does something and everybody is all on edge and the parents looking and everybody's, I didn't do it, I didn't do it. It's as if Jesus stepped up, never sinning, saying, I'm guilty, I did it. I deserve to die. You think about that. Who'll stand up and take the blame for this? I did it. It's like what he said, just judge me as if I did it. I'll pay the price, I'll die as if I did it. And when he did that, it opened the door for you and I to go free. And be filled with the same Spirit that raised him from the dead. And be sons and daughters once again, because that's what we've always been since the beginning. That's what we were created to be, sons and daughters. Through the death of one innocent man, you made the guilty go free. Through one act of unrighteousness, all were made unrighteous, but through one act of obedience, we were restored back to our original value. I don't know about you guys, but I'm just saying this to God. You have changed my heart forever. The integrity of this gospel, the love of this gospel has melted me. I have eyes for no other. I have room for nothing else. You've captured me. I'm undone. You've captured me. I believe like never before. I understand what Peter said. Where else would I go? Life is in you alone. Just the greatest thing I've ever heard and understood, this gospel, and I thank you for it. Do you know what Satan cannot defeat ever? The mercy of God. Well, the mercy flows out of love, but mercy is an expression of love. Mercy is the expression, it's the outflowing of God's love. Think about mercy. You don't deserve anything. You haven't earned anything. You're at the bottom of bottom, and mercy puts you on top without doing a thing, just receiving it and just saying thank you. And all of a sudden, the integrity of that mercy gets into you and puts integrity into you. If the gospel's understood clearly, it's what puts diligence in you. When you understand the gospel clearly, that's what disciplines you, puts integrity and causes a love for God, a discipline, a obedience, a self-control. It comes into your life by understanding clearly. You don't love God. God first loved you. The clearer you see and understand the person of God and the integrity of God, the more integrity you'll carry. Receiving the love of God, nothing compares to your ability to spend time with Him. Nothing compares to your ability to spend time with Him. To know Him, to get to know Him, to talk to Him and commune with Him. Don't pursue knowledge, pursue knowing Him. Just in all you're getting, get understanding. You get understanding through being face to face, through getting close to Him, through conveying and communing to Him personally when nobody else is around. That's the greatest grace for knowing Him, when nobody else is around. That's when it becomes your reality. Don't do yourself the inservice and injustice of doing a lot of Christian things and being in all the right atmospheres, all the right meetings, all the right services, and fail to meet Him when no one else is around. Don't get so busy, so distracted, and so pulled into everything that's available around you to where you fail to commune with Him from your heart as if He's right there with you. That's a place you grow in. That's a place you'll have every opportunity not to enter into, because it's Satan's worst nightmare. There's no reason we can't be with Him. He has opened the door wide. Faith will take you through the door. I'm talking simple stuff, waking up in the morning and not even moving to get out of bed yet. Father, thank you for loving me. I am so blessed that I can be alive today and wake up knowing I'm clean in your presence and that I'm your will and your choice. And Holy Spirit, thank you for leading me today. I'm talking commune with Him, not praying about stuff. Knowing Him. Nothing compares to that ability. If you're not careful, you let your mind get full of all kinds of other stuff and you get out of the bed and feel anxious. Get out of bed and you'll just be like, oh, it's in front of you today. And then your greatest spirituality will be, God, you're going to have to help me get through or I'll never make it. And you'll think that's prayer. Get to know Him. I don't want a whole bunch of knowledge. I want to know Him. And in knowing Him, I'll have a bunch of knowledge. It's not just head knowledge. It's heart knowing. It's not just people being healed when you pray. It's not people feeling the presence of God when you hold their hands. It's not that. That's not what makes you who you are. It's being with Him. It's being with Him. It's knowing Him. But one of the biggest wrestlings in our life is knowing God intimately. Not intellectually. One of the biggest challenges in your life, and what Satan wants to stop and interrupt and violate and invade and distract you from, is knowing God intimately, not intellectually. To where His love literally invades you and captivates you and comes upon you. To where you see for the first time maybe your value, the truth about you, the person you really are. And I'll tell you, it's over from that point for you. Because here's what happens. That love, and all of a sudden you realize how God sees you, and all of a sudden you realize that's how He sees all men, because He created all men in His image. And if He sees me that way, so all of a sudden, for the first time, we might truly, you could be going to church for 5, 6, 8, 10 years, and all of a sudden, for the first time, you really, in your heart, in communion with Him, realize, I'm forgiven. All of a sudden, I'm not trying to forgive you because I'm supposed to, because it's scriptural. All of a sudden, I'm forgiving you because I am so forgiven. And I realize if He forgave me at that level, how couldn't I forgive you at any level? All of a sudden, I have mercy for you. Why? So that I get mercy from God, so I obtain mercy? Because I have obtained mercy. And all of a sudden, mercy is the simple, natural, most obvious flow of my life. Why? Because that's why I'm alive. And it's what I become, and it's all I have to give, because it's all I have. I'm not trying to be merciful. I'm not trying to forgive. I'm not trying to like you. I'm not, I love you, but I don't have to like you. That is whack. No, every person's made him, every mountain's brought low. Every valley is lifted up. What do you have in that picture? Even playing field. An impartial, unbiased God that made every man in His image, and we're all in need of His righteous judgment and the shedding of His blood. There's no hot shot and there's no low life. There's people that are created in His image that are lost sons and daughters that He wants to obtain. Be careful to not have those experiences and let the enemy feed them with, well, maybe I'm not even saved. Father, I thank You I'm saved because I see my need for a Savior. I've looked into my own life and heart and realized there are things that have operated many times that have nothing to do with You and don't even look like You. Be a good prayer. Nobody's looking. And God, I surrender myself to You because I don't want to live apart from You. I can't change myself. I submit it to You. And I thank You for working Your kingdom in me, showing me Your love, creating in me that brand new heart and causing me to see people just the way You do. First of all, by seeing myself in Your sight. You can just start praying things that are real like that. Things that are real to God and real in the Christian experience that might not be real to you yet, but they're all scriptural. The biggest lie is, oh, you're just, feels like nothing's happening, brother. I'm just sitting on the bed talking to the sky, talking to the wall. Well, it just feels like words, brother, to me. I don't do that much because I tried that, and that's deception. Stop that. It's not 30-day money-back guarantee. It's not 60-day try me, see if you like me. It's not, hey, go give me a test run. If I'm not working out for you, hey, bring me back. No, the just live by faith. And when you start saying, well, I tried that, I did that, you've surrendered faith, you put it back on the shelf, and you said, I'm going to live out of how I feel, not what he says. And that's a day of deception already. And that lie just keeps you then, see, because if you start believing that, then it puts you back to striving, struggling, discouragement, frustration. Well, whatever. Well, if I didn't get it by now, I'm never going to get it. Do you hear what people say? Do you hear how the mind starts working? And it's all negative. It's all stalemating you. And if your mind is working in a place that's not increasing you and not encouraging you, the mindset cannot be the Lord. Keeping your heart cry alive, guys. Satan can crush your heart cry. Your heart cry. I just so want to be one. There's no ability, no wisdom, maybe to even know how to make that work. Can't control your spouse. It's not even conditional on your spouse. I just so want to be one. There's a heart cry. God attends that heart cry. Guaranteed. Even when you look at your own life, make sure you look at your life in grace, not works and legalism. One of the big shifts is people get trapped into works, like, I gotta get this, could lead you right into what more you need to do to be all right. Here's the deal. You're already right. There's not one thing wrong about you through the cross. You start there. There's not one thing wrong about you. Not one thing. You're not lacking any good thing. It's all there in Him. It's His view of you. You're my prize. You're my treasure. You're my love. How can't you be free? Now that the Son of God shed His blood and gave His life and filled us with His Spirit. You can't tell me that God's plan A, redemption through Christ, isn't enough. Nobody can convince me of it. It's for every Christian to embrace. Is there things that God does sometimes and people need? Is there words of knowledge that help people to get past hurdles and stuff? Sure. But I would sure like to see us all embrace redemption through Christ as a plan A. And in your personal life, embrace that privilege and close the door when nobody's looking and say, thanks for making me so special. And thanks for making everything right. Thanks that you took the struggle off of my life. Because I proved a long time ago, I can't measure up. But you measured me up. Because you've always seen the truth about me. Thanks for being my king. If you're not careful, you'll let something else determine who you are. Some petty, temporal thing of life. It's subject to change and will be revealed as a lie anyway. Guess what He appointed you to? Wait, I thought it was to do miracle signs and wonders. To manifest the kingdom in the fire that's in His eyes. All those things work. But guess what's first? Guess what you're appointed to? Appointed to. To be with Him. So be with Him. Watch. You called me. You wanted me yourself. You created me with a perfect design and plan. I am so on purpose. And the whole reason is that I might be with you, that two would be one, that your image would be revealed in me and flow through me. It's the reason that I live. So why live for anything else when I'm created in you? The reality of God, your communion and relationship with God, the revelation of who He is in your life, gets to a point where it begins to overflow out of your cup because your head's been anointed and your cup overfloweth. And all of a sudden they're spilling out on the dry ground. You can do that just through your relationship and not even intentionally do it. Your life preaches. Your words speak prophetically. What you have in Him is the expression of your life. What ordains me? I'm with Him. He called to Himself those whom He Himself wanted. If you even care to be with Him, it's because He called you. And it's because He Himself wants you.